Right. 24 October 2025. And today I'm excited to be giving you the morning updates. And that is on a Friday. So Friday is one of the biggest news day with almost double the newspaper. So let's go. We've got a lot to cover today. And today I want to look at what has happened at the Great Zimbabwe University yesterday. And for the first time, we could see the signs of exhaustion on Mnangagwa. You could not hide it. Yesterday, Mnangagwa was the most tired that I've ever seen him. He was sitting there, not smiling, not moving. And it was sad to watch Mnangagwa in that state. But it is clear that exhaustion has now taken its toll on Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa has been traveling on the road since August, non-stop. So Mnangagwa is the Vice Chancellor of 14 universities in Zimbabwe, and he has to be present at each and every graduation. He has to cap those people one by one, and that is thousands and thousands of students in the past few months, starting with the University of Zimbabwe, NUST, Chinhoyi University, Manicaland University, Midlands State University, Marondera University, Harare Institute of Technology. It's a mess. Mnangagwa is going through a lot. And yesterday it was too much for him. And he failed to give his speech at one of the probably the most well-organized graduation ceremonies I have seen. Great Zimbabwe University is very interesting. It's probably even a better university than most of the universities in Zimbabwe, and they're doing a lot. Unfortunately for Mnangagwa, today, I believe that he also has another graduation at Lupane State University. So you can imagine what is going through August, September, October, on top of the ZANU-PF programs and the government programs. I don't think he's getting any work done in his office. All they do is to travel from one graduation ceremony to another. So it's crazy what is happening with Mnangagwa. And I do not know how he's going to manage this. This is the worst idea that I've ever seen. Mnangagwa being the Vice Chancellor and traveling every single week to carry out a graduation ceremony. And yesterday, obviously, showing that he cannot do it, he cannot manage. So let's see what is going to happen today. I watch these things very closely. So it's my job to watch Mnangagwa and see what he does. So it's crazy that he was unable to deliver that speech yesterday. Kembo Mohadi, however, did deliver a speech, a very interesting speech. Kembo Mohadi looking a bit stronger. And I'll probably extract that speech for you so that you can see it. The Great Zimbabwe University is, as I said, doing very well. I wonder though where they're going to put all these students. So many people graduating. We're talking of no less, if I calculate properly, no less than 30,000 graduates in Zimbabwe every year. And that is in an environment where there is no employment. Okay, I think I've covered that. It's nothing to add or subtract. Mnangagwa is exhausted. And today we're going to see more at Lupane State University. Okay, so let me quickly go through the newspapers. Then we're going to bring it to an end. As you can tell, I'm also exhausted like Mnangagwa. I've been doing this since the elections in 2023. So that is crazy. Now let's quickly go through the newspapers. We're going to start with Mukuru. So Mukuru is one of the biggest remittances companies in Zimbabwe, and that is the CEO of Mukuru, the Andy Jury. So today Mukuru has announced that they're going to start giving loans. So if you got Mukuru card, you will now be able to get a loan of between 1,000 and 8,000 rands payable over a period of 30 days. So there is an initiation fee of around 11%, and then your interest is 5%. If you default, you pay an additional 3%, and you can use your WhatsApp channel or USSD to get that loan from Mukuru. So if you are broke, and you need some money, you can go to Mukuru now and borrow money. And they are not going to look for a pay slip or anything. You do all the applications online. So very interesting. Mukuru is huge. They're moving billions and billions into Zimbabwe. And myself, I think I've moved more than 1 million through Mukuru. So probably one of their best customers. But they're doing very well. Many Zimbabweans love Mukuru. So let's see how that is going to go. It's one of their new products over there. Then let's look at Garwe. Garwe has made an announcement, and that is to say night vending is too banned. So night vending across Zimbabwe is too banned. You cannot sell your goods at night across Zimbabwe because obviously there is a lot of drug dealing taking place in Zimbabwe during the night, and also because obviously there are possible things that can happen during the night that they don't like. So this is more like a security thing. It was first introduced when Geza was doing his protests, but right now, as you speak, night vending is still banned. Okay, so I said I'm going to go to the newspapers. Let me quickly go to the... Okay, let's start with the H Metro newspaper. So H Metro is my favorite newspaper. I read it every day during the week. And let's see what they are covering today. So I'm going to look at H Metro right there. And it says, man dumps wife, abandons home to live with maid. So an elderly man from Esigodini is being featured here. Esigodini is about 40 kilometers from Matabeleland. He has moved on with his new wife, who is also his ex-employee. Said to watch. I don't know why someone would do that. And then let's see if there's anything of interest in the sports section. So this newspaper is very interesting. So go and check it out. Famba Nebora Shamari Chaya Ibola Chibuku Super Cup 2025 semi-finals 25 October and 26 October. So this is Dynamos versus Highlanders at Rufaro on 26 October. 26 is Sunday. So this is going to be one of the most interesting matches ever. And before I forget, you must remember that on Tuesday, Mnangagwa is going to be opening Parliament. So Parliament of Zimbabwe and the State of the Nation address is going to be on Tuesday. So we're watching very closely what happens with ED 2030. So remember, the process of ED 2030 is going to start very quickly. And that is on Tuesday. We're watching very carefully what these guys are going to be doing. And then let's go into other newspapers. Let's look at Herald Zimbabwe. I don't know if they've published Herald Zimbabwe. So I want to see if they have a newspaper. Yes, Herald Zimbabwe has published. So let's see what they have over there. You can see again that the Great Zimbabwe University graduation ceremony was one of the biggest things being covered in all the newspapers today. That is a massive university. Great Zimbabwe University is big and they're doing very well. So here you can see that it's Mnangagwa, there is Shava, and then there is Kembo Mohadi. Kembo Dugish Mohadi, he's got his first doctorate, I believe. And then we've got Chiwenga. Chiwenga was traveling in Beit Bridge. He's gone to Orange Ville private company, which is commissioning a $30 million plant. And over there, he also went to other places. I've got a few pictures of Chiwenga traveling. And as you are aware, we are expecting Chiwenga and Mnangagwa tomorrow. Okay, well, we're not expecting, but we're watching to see what will happen. Chiwenga is avoiding meeting with Mnangagwa, who is that young lady traveling with the Chiwenga. So that is Chiwenga over here with the company Orange Ville, and they've got a crushing or orange crushing machine or whatever that they're setting up over here. So he is traveling around. I don't see video of it. This will be interesting to see on video, but I see most of the time they're showing pictures. So the Chronicle newspaper has been covering Chiwenga during his travels, but I haven't seen the video even when I go on their YouTube channel. But Chiwenga doing very well, running away from the office for a while. And you saw that yesterday. He was also, the previous day, he was at Mangwe. So that is Chiwenga there, looking relaxed and probably waiting to see what is happening next week. As you are aware, there is going to be a reshuffle of key departments, including the communication. That is Nick Mangwana over here and Charamba. We're watching closely what happens with these two, because we are seeing what Themba Mliswa is saying, and Themba Mliswa normally says things before they happen. So we're looking at a possible reshuffle in cabinet and among the spokespersons. And for the first time, you saw Nick Mangwana traveling with Mnangagwa. But looking at Chiwenga, he is traveling alone. And I saw a few ministers over here. So if you look in this picture, you can see that Mnangagwa has got, I think, the arithrosis or something like that. There's one minister here and one or two ministers traveling with Chiwenga. So let's see how it goes. Chiwenga getting so much attention. Everywhere he goes, he gets attention. And probably the most watched person in Zimbabwe right now. Let's look at other pictures. Who are these guys over here? That is Sekuru Masuka. Yes, Sekuru Masuka. Sekuru Wangu was in Mutare. And Mnangagwa is going to be traveling on the 29th to officially open the AI-controlled grain silos at Mutare. So you're going to see that next week. That is the Mutare GMB silos, which are AI controls. That's what he said. And I don't know what that means. When you say a grain silo is AI controlled. So you can go and check out the Herald newspaper. Says Zim CEO steps down. Very interesting. The Securities and Exchange Commission of Zimbabwe has announced the resignation of Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Edmo Taruenga, who has served the position since 2022. According to a statement released by Sexim, Mr. Taruenga steps down effective 31 October, and the commission has since appointed Mrs. Grace Berejena as the acting CEO effective 1 November 2025. So he is stepping down on 31 October. I hope he's not fired, because this is a short notice. In Zimbabwe, you have to give 3 months to step down. So I don't know why that announcement is coming right now. So let's see if that is no more stepping down or something else is happened at Sexim. Then let's look at, let's see which other newspapers we want to look at here. I want to quickly look at Manica Post, and then we're going to go to the South African newspapers. So Manica Post guys are very strange. Manica Post guys, you've got the more stories. Let's see what they are covering today. The new project Fuel Health Access. ZANU-PF Manicaland Stronger ready to build school head dark past sparks protest. Okay, so let's see the dark past. The learning came to a halt at Mabengwa Primary School in Marange over the last 5 days as parents withdrew their children in protest against the recent posting of a controversial headmaster to the school. The new head, only identified as Miss Gorowa, was recently rejected in Nyamauru Primary School in Nagare and Zamba Primary School in Sakuva after parents also protested there. Let's see why they are resisting here. The silent protest, which started on Monday, left Mabengwa deserted as 460 learners enrolled at the school boycotted the classes. And let's see why they're doing this. Yes, it is true that Ms. Gorowa was recently promoted and deployed to Mabengwa Primary School. I understand there was a meeting. What is happening? I'm not seeing the real problem here. That is new to me. Hundreds of learners, and then they were unaware. What is the story? Parents are so angry. They are saying they do not want that school head here, even though they are refusing to sign a petition for onward submission to the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education. However, they have resorted to withdrawing their children. Okay, guys, I don't know what is the story. I'm trying to look at what really is the problem here. So let's look at page 6. Maybe we'll see what he did why they are stopping this headmaster from taking over. Okay, the teacher then narrated how it all played out. The school head came here for introduction to the parents, and we had a funeral nearby. Some mourners who had came from Sakuva recognized her from the online videos where she was accused of satanism at the mentioned two schools. Okay, so now it's clear. Wanoroya, Zvikuru. Saka, that is the problem. You can go and check out. She has been rejected from two schools, and now the third school has rejected her. Very sad to see the situation. And maybe they must just send her to head office. Ministry of Education, Tora headmaster Wenyu, Mugare Naye, to head office, because the teachers and the students don't like her. I don't know what she's done, but I'll unpack this for you guys. Later on, we're going to do an article and we're going to post it on Gambakwe so that we track where she's been, what caused her to be rejected by all these schools. Right now, let's go to South Africa. In South Africa, we've got a big story today. That is the opening of a big company in South Africa by the Chinese. So the Chinese government has got a company which makes cars. And this company is called Changan Motors. So Changan Motors has announced today that they're going to be rolling out branches in South Africa. So that is a South African-owned Chinese car maker. Changan is going to be introducing 45 dealerships in South Africa. That is by 2027. This year, by December, they're going to have 25 branches. They make SUVs, bakkies, electric cars, and they're going to be introducing these cars through Jumo. So Jumo is a disbursement company. Sorry, I think I'm reading the wrong things here. They are going to be working through Deepower. So Deepower, and who else is going to be working with them here? So I'm sorry, Jamil Motors, South Africa. So Jamil Motors of South Africa is going to be working with them to roll out this Chinese company. So what is happening is that traditional companies like Mercedes, Audi, VW, Ford are struggling in South Africa. The Chinese are coming in and they are selling massive number of cars. The problem is they are not building the cars in South Africa. They put them on a ship and land them here. And the massive number of jobs are being lost in the car industry. And I guess that is the strategy of the Chinese. When they enter a market, they dominate it. The car you're watching here, it's probably going to cost half what a normal SUV would cost. And then they'll give you a 7-year warranty. And that is very difficult to compete with. So they have a lot of cars. You'll be seeing a lot of these Changan cars. Because we now have Cherry, we now have Haval, we now have all these other brands in South Africa. Then Black Coffee, one of the popular musicians in South Africa, has bought a massive house, a mansion in Cape Town. So this house is 157 million, or around $7 million. So this is one of the biggest houses, and it's trending across South Africa. People are shocked because this house was bought for cash. So no bond on this house. It's a cash purchase. And this comes after his recent divorce from his wife. Okay, I think we're covered with that. Let's now go to other newspapers. I want to cover the Zambian newspapers. Let's see what is in the Zambian newspapers very quickly. I want to see if something has happened to Lungu. Remember, we still have the body of the former late president of Zambia, which is still in the morgue, as there's no agreement yet between the Zambian government and the Lungu family. So let's see what has happened over there, if there is anything of interest that has taken place. Opposition, let us unite. That is the current newspaper headline over here in Zambia. Kateka renews call for unity to rescue Zambia, warning the nation is on the brink of becoming a failed state. Who is Kateka? She's not talking about the Zambia, but that I know. Then Electoral Commission of Zambia, public mass registration of voters. So you can go and check it out. There's an election in 2026, which is going to take place in Zambia, and that is the presidential and other type of elections. And then in Botswana, Botswana is right next to me here. To fly to Botswana, to me, it's 2 flights. That is the problem. When I'm coming from Cape Town, it's 2 flights. And if I was in Johannesburg, if I get a drink when I take off, I won't finish that drink. I'll be landing. That is crazy. So when I take it, I'm given a drink in its island. That drink is not finished. No smoke without a fire. What are they saying here? So it says, I'm looking at the Guardian. Botswana besieged by counterfeit cigarettes smuggling. I don't know what's going on here. Apologies, guys. This newspaper is not behaving. It's not allowing me to open it. All right, there it is. Zimbabwe, Botswana besieged by counterfeit cigarette smuggling. Law enforcement agencies politically implicated. Haboroni facility houses 16 million worth of counterfeit Remington gold cigarettes. Counterfeit product smuggling business lucrative. Leakages at border. Smuggling results in loss of millions of pula. Multi-million pula lawsuit for damages sustained as a result of infringement. So this is big. I told you that in South Africa there's a mafia for everything, and this is one of the biggest mafias ever. Government needs to use 3 billion to roll out mission 300. So this is Minister of Minerals and Energy Boholo Ken Wondo. She says Botswana needs 3 billion US 3 billion. That's amazingly big. Transforming life by bringing light to households under the National Energy Compact for Botswana. That's a huge amount of money. That is approximately 60 billion pula required in Botswana. Now let's go to our people. So we're going to go to Facebook. Right. I'm going to start with someone I like a lot. Let's start with President Hakainde Hichilema again. He says, this evening we had the honor of hosting a banquet in tribute to His Excellency President Chapo, President Chapo, the President of the Republic of Mozambique. So Chapo is traveling like crazy. Look at President Hakainde Hichilema. This man is not getting any sleep. This is 6 hours ago. Guys, this is crazy. So there's Chapo, the tallest president in Africa is Chapo. And look at the soldiers. So these are the guys from Zambia. Those are the top soldiers from Zambia. They are with President Hakainde Hichilema over here and President Chapo. So one picture only. I'm going to look for more pictures and see. There's actually a video of the whole thing. So you can go and watch him on his Facebook. President Hakainde Hichilema doing very well. And this is 6 hours ago. It means these guys went to bed by midnight. That is crazy. And then let's look at President Dumaboko, who is traveling overseas. So President Dumaboko is currently Gideon Boko, right? He's currently traveling to Oman, I think UAE, and also to Switzerland. So he's not here. So let's look at BW Botswana presidency and see what is over there. The presidency of Botswana, very good communication. They are very good. They do a lot of good work. Okay, approval of the draft national development plan. Here, if you want to know about Botswana, go and read and watch this. That is where they talk about their national development plan. Zimbabwe does not have a national development plan. Did you guys know that vision, national NDP, National Development Strategy 1. National Development Strategy 1. Have you ever read it? Do you know what is in it? Because it's got no milestones, it's got no, it says nothing. So other countries have got a proper strategy. And unfortunately, ours, we're now going to NDS 2 without understanding what's going on with NDS 1. All these strategies are important, but mostly in Zimbabwe, they set up a strategy, a policy, and you will never see it again. So last week, I was following all the ministers. I WhatsApp all ministers and I say, give me the strategy for AI, the AI strategy, the AI policy. None of them have responded. Do you know why? They don't have it. They don't have the PDF. You go to their platforms, they don't have it. They've launched the youth strategy and they don't have it. They don't have those strategies. They're not communicated. And if you want to see someone who reads those documents, it's actually me. If I don't read it, no one is going to read it and no one is going to communicate it. So the Zimbabwe government, their problem is, one, they don't have a proper document, which is probably done, and then they don't communicate it properly. The media is given useless things to talk about, but when the important stuff comes, they don't have it. Waka broker. Waka broker. So the communication department, I think it's correct to say they must be shaken up a little bit. Where is the communication of key government documents and strategies? That is important. Let's look at Madam Boss, the person with the most endorsements in Zimbabwe. That is her here. She makes $10,000 a month on YouTube, on Facebook. She has shared her revenue and it's crazy. She's selling a car. So this is, if you want to own a car that was owned by Madam Boss, she's selling this car. So go over and buy a car. I think she has removed the number plate. Just in case some of you perverts want to fall around. And not all of you, some of you. So Madam Boss says, those I think this she's selling this for $45,000. $45,000 is a lot of money, guys. So go over there. Wikino probably bought this car. I don't know if he did, but she is selling a car. Look at that house. What a stunning house. Then who didn't we look at today? We didn't look at Minnie. I don't think Minnie has posted. She's waiting for Mnangagwa to destroy her. The things that Mnangagwa is planning to do to Minnie, you cannot believe it. And then let's look at Sanyatwe. Mnangagwa never disappoints. He is going to do so much. He's planning, he's just waiting. I think there's no one here. Let's go to X and we'll look at Chamisa. Chamisa, my homeboy. Wario here, watch Chamisa. Wario here, watch Chamisa. This one did say a lot. And he's talking, so you can go to Mliswa. And then let's look at Chamisa. Chamisa, I think he's going to say something before the end of the month. He hasn't said anything. Let's see what he's going to say. And then we'll go to Sanyatwe himself, the general. Right, so Sanyatwe, the general, he said nothing. He last said something long back. And then let's look at Waopa Muchinguri. What did Waopa say? Waopa, what did Nakids? So Waopa Muchinguri hasn't said anything. What I know about it is Wanoti. Mnangagwa woye. Mnangagwa woye. 2030 wanenge waripo wachitonga. Pamusha panoita baba wamwe. Baba wamwe. Wakambona pamusha panawana baba wawiri here. That is Opamuchinguri over there. Right, I think we've covered it all. Remember, next week, Nyoka Mabunu is appearing in court. Nyoka Mabunu has been in jail for more than 150 days after Mnangagwa and the Zimbabwe intelligence arrested him. And then they arrested him and put him in jail on trumped up charges in the South African jail. So on, I think that's Wednesday, the 29th, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be over there. I'm still waiting for the guys who promised to give us money for flights. So guys, I still haven't got money for flights. If I'm not there, you're not going to know what's going on. So send some money over there. We need flights. We need about $500 for the whole thing. And then Nyoka Mabunu himself still requires about $5,000 so that we can go to the High Court. So I believe that we need to go to the High Court with Nyoka Mabunu. So the lawyer needs $5,000 for us to go to the High Court. And at the moment, we do not have that money. All right, I think we've covered everything. As you are aware, Today is a very important day. I'm going to be making a very important announcement regarding the next steps that we're going to take. So at 10 minutes past 9 tonight, we're going to be making an important announcement related to Gambakwe 2028. Gambakwe 2028 is in relation to the campaign, presidential campaign for Gambakwe. Gamakwe is myself. And there are many things that have been happening behind the scenes. Particularly, we've been looking for funding. We are looking for about 1.2 million to get started. So we've approached quite a number of people. Unfortunately, guys, the funds have not been forthcoming. Right now, we do not as yet have funds, but we don't need funds at the moment. It's unfortunate that it would be harder to do it that way, but we've got the necessary ability to do it. So we can do it. The election in 2028 is going to happen. We're going to have an election. Mnangagwa is going to fail with ED 2030. And we need to be ready. We need to have a strong opposition coalition. We have registered it, we have notified ZEC of our intention. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an update tonight of the actual steps that we're going to take with the strongest manifesto. And as things stand, people love our plans to turn Zimbabwe into one of the most developed countries ever. So there's a lot taking place, and come and join in the plans that we've got to make our country great again. There is nothing we can do without elections. We need parliament to be under the control of the opposition. Our parliament of Zimbabwe, the most beautiful parliament ever. Young people need to take over this country. We're going to do so well, and nothing is going to stop us. And Mnangagwa, they have to hand over to the younger generation, and the older generation must leave a strong opposition. Otherwise, so I want to make it clear: if Mnangagwa leave a country which doesn't have a strong government, people will come and they will take everything. Our country is worthy, so they need to make sure that younger people take over and they do well. So let's recap. We said Mnangagwa was badly exhausted yesterday, failing to deliver a speech at the Great Zimbabwe University graduation yesterday. And today, he's going to be at Lupane University, where he's going to be officiating at another graduation. Mnangagwa has officiated at over 10 graduation ceremonies since August, almost every week, capping over 30,000 students. And he's exhausted. It's terrible. I don't know what he can do. I don't think it makes sense for a president to just go there to cap people. In South Africa, they don't do that. You don't see the president going university after university capping people. So let's see what he's going to do. A plan has to be done. Otherwise, one day he's going to just drop. Good Lord. In business, I forgot one or two things. There are results for Clicks. So Clicks has produced their results, 6 billion cash generated and 2.7 dividends. So they are giving back cash. And then Afrimat has got their big results, 5.3 billion revenue of almost 30% increase in revenue. So that is what we have for today. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you again later tonight as we give you an update on the Gambakwe plan, Gambakwe 2028 plan. So be here tonight. If nothing happens during the day, you won't see me. If something happens, you'll see me. And please support our sponsor, Ville. Buy your packet, and we'll send it to you by DHL in the US, in UK, Scotland, and Ireland. And then Zimbabwe, you can deliver to your house, or you can pick up Bulawayo in Harare. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and a good day to you all.